It showed up. All right, so Bill Hancock, long time. He's really done quite a bit. He's run the NCAA men's basketball tournament. He was a part of the BCS when it started, and he's been the executive director of the college football playoff, stepping down at the end of the 24-25 season. He'll step down next February. A year from February. Has been in the role since the college football playoff launch. Now, there's a lot of good things that have happened. There's also some things that are eye-opening, but I'll never forget, Craig, you and we, along with everybody else, were at Big 12 Media Days, and I asked him about the college football expansion as far as the playoff, and would the rest of the country be zoned in if, in fact, there were just a couple of conferences of 16 to 20 teams? Remember what his answer was?
Yeah, I remember. He was pretty matter of fact that, they would watch anyways, that even if Cincinnati or Baylor or Oklahoma State or, whoever wouldn't be a part of the party that you assume would be held if that's the direction that everything goes, they would all watch anyways. And I can tell you right now, I may watch a bit, but I would not watch nearly as much. And it wouldn't be because there were fewer options. It would just be because I would have less interest, because it would be the NFL is what it would be. It might be a larger NFL. It might be, slightly different in maybe some of the ways it operates. But for all intents and purposes, it would be a super college football league or NFL light and a minor league system more so than it is now. When most people hear that and they either go yeah, that's awesome because they want that idea because they're a Michigan fan or an Ohio State fan, and that sounds good to them because they'll be invited and, they have no threat whatsoever of never being a part of that. I think, there's 100 other schools, probably more, that go, wow, that would suck because there'd be a lot of people out there who would suddenly not have a team in the mix of the, top tier of college football. I don't know how that would trickle down and then hurt everybody else below that as well, and even in the, FCS and so on. So, he didn't seem too concerned by those concerns, and not because he doesn't think it's going to happen, but because he just didn't think it would be a big deal. And they would get their viewers anyways, and it wouldn't matter. And he probably is, to some extent right. If you put Ohio State, Penn State on, people are going to watch because naturally, whether the casual fan watches or not, there's, bound to be a couple million people more than that are going to tune in for that game. So, yeah, you got all the big brands. You're going to have, people watching. But I do think it would take quite a bit out of the whole machine of college sports and all of the fun of it. But, he didn't seem to care. He didn't seem to care. And it was really kind of a weird answer, just how flat he was with saying it. It wasn't bothered by the idea of that. And I don't know, kind of rubbed us the wrong way, especially at that time because it was in the midst of all the what the hell's going on right now with Oklahoma and Texas and what just happened and trying to sort through people wondering if the Big 12 was going to survive. And, we've seen all the stuff that's happened since then. So, yeah, at the time it was very eyebrow-raising comment. And that's kind of my memory of him, honestly.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up. It was very a matter of the fact that no matter what, even if there were 25 to 40 teams that were a part of the next level, and if you're a part of those fan bases, you're fine. But I wonder, I asked a question about the rest of the country. Would they get eyeballs? Sure. They do when they play in the big bowl games and against each other during the year. But if it did not include, let's say, 2/3 of the country when it comes to college football, would it be that way? That's what I remember. Otherwise, nice guy. He's a lobbyist. Paul actually sent a text about an hour or so ago about seeing the story. He was stepping down, and he's not real happy about Bill Hancock being a lobbyist. He's lobbying for the college football playoff. That's his job. That's what he does. And he will retire. So he's got this year and next, and then retires by February of 2025. I have no idea who would replace him. Haven't even really thought much about that. Meanwhile,